Hey guys, welcome back to Bearded Lumber. Matthew and I greatly appreciate you tuning in. Today is the first step in getting our LT70 put in the building and getting it in service. So hang on, we'll be right back, talk about what we got to get done today. Okay guys, appreciate you watching. Today is, like I say, step one of getting our new LT70 electric into the building. Electrician came by, got an idea what he needed to get for his breakers, wire, and stuff. And Matthew and I got one big job we got to get done. Since this mill is three-phase electric, it has to have a power cable. And our goal is to string a high-tension cable from this side of the building to the other one, all the way up in the ceiling. And then we're going to put rollers on it, and we'll attach our cable in a coil. And as the mill progresses back and forth, the coil will move with it. Sounds pretty simple, and it is. We got an array of parts over here that came in. Let's talk about them real quick. Of course, we got our 1/4-inch high tension cable. I think I got 50 feet of it. We only need 30. We got 2 eye bolts. That's going to be our anchors. And I got 2 turnbuckles that'll do the tensioning on the cable. 2 of those. And then we got our rollers. I got 8. I think 8 will be enough. Went ahead and splurged and got some good rollers with bearings in them so that it freely travel back and forth. And we needed some 8-inch bolts. So we took some all thread and made them. Matthew welded the nuts on the end, and we'll explain why we need these later. Got our assorted washers, nuts, got our hardware to shorten the cable to the length we need. So I think we got everything we need, and we got a plan. That's the first important hard part, is getting a plan together. And I think we have an adequate plan of what we're going to do. It's not as simple and straightforward as you think. You need to have a good anchor point on both sides, because we're going to tension this cable as tight as possible, because that wire that's going across there, according to electricians, is probably going to be a pretty good size wire to carry. You really only need 60 amps, but we're going to carry 100, and we'll cover that in great detail why at a later date. So our cable size is going to be pretty good. And I don't want that thing sagging too much as it travels across the building. This side's pretty easy. On the back side of this wall, we have a 2x8 that is a laser board for when we did the addition that the rafters land on. So we can poke our eye bolt through the wall, put a big washer on it, and that side will be anchored good. The other side is a little more of a challenge. There's 5 feet between the metal studs. And if you look over here, I've got a 2x8, yeah, 1.5 inches, 7.5, that we're going to mount between those 5-foot rafters. We'll screw it to the boards. Let's see if I can point out where it's going to go. Get my finger right above those light bulbs, all the way up. We're going to put it up there, and we'll screw it to the boards that are there. And then we're going to put 2 bolts right through the metal frame on each end, all the way to the outside, bolt it good and tight, and we'll go ahead and have our anchor bolt bolted to this board. And that should give us enough leverage to pull against that side of the building. And like I said, this side should be all right already. Any more thoughts on that, Matthew? Like I say, we're trying to get it up right above where the lights are to get it as high in the ceiling as possible, because we've already have our vacuum system. It's perfectly fine where it's at. Just a little modification, it'll work with no issue. The electrical panel on that box, on that mill, is about as tall as this one, where where we have this post, that's about the height of the electrical panel. I can just touch the top of it. So all this is a big electrical box. Our plan was maybe off the top of that box, put a little holder to hold the vacuum system. When we do that, we'll cover it as well. It's a challenge, people, getting something in this size. We went and did some hard measuring, and it'll fit through this door, barely. If you need to rub a little Vaseline on it to make it squeeze through. So we've been looking at the idea of maybe bringing it in this way and just sweeping it around. Probably what we're going to end up doing. It'd be simpler, safer, and then we can put the tractor through the door if we need to. Matthew had a good idea. We could hook back up to it if we need to wiggle it back and forth a little bit. This mill is technically a portable mill. It has wheels on it, but when we get done to it, it's going to be bolted to the floor. We got some long-term goals, and it's not going to be here in the long term, but you know, that may be 6 months, a year and a half down the road. So it'll get bolted solid here until we do some other improvements we got in mind, because we need it to work. We need it to go into production sooner than later. I'm gonna wipe the screen off, got dust on it. But that's our plan for today. This is kind of step one of getting our LT70 up and running. This is our part. I told the electrician we'd have it ready, so we need to get it up, have our cables up tight and our rollers on there, so when he shows up with ready to do the electrical, we're not a hindrance. Matter of fact, probably when he shows up, we'll pull this mill out and have a clean open floor, get our wire hung, and once that's hung, I'll get the mill in here and we'll get it wired up, and hopefully we can turn the on switch. So enough talking, let's get to work. Okay guys, Matthew got us up the roof. Now we got a little figuring to do, and we'll get started. Okay guys, we're gonna take our 2x8, get it set up here, maybe put a screw to it to hold it. We're gonna figure out exactly where we want our eye bolt, and we'll take it back down and get the eye bolt mounted. It's just a process. Step 1, 2, 3.
Feed it to you from this side. I have more.
Yeah, you got more feeder room.
Go fast.
Yep, go fast. Yeah, that fires right into that. Okay, well, we can figure that out here in a minute. Actually, that's pretty good to figure out where we want our eye bolt. This.
They didn't even get. Oh yeah.
Let's go up, or you need to come down. You got to come down a little bit. Yeah.
So that is level with the very top right there. It's got to be above that point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, going up here. That gives us a little bit, just a little downward momentum, because we're going to set the other cable right here. Or we can drop that light just a hair. Gives us just a little bit of fall going back.
Yeah.
What we're talking about is we don't want this cable level. It would be okay level, but I'm trying to elevate this in an inch or two so that as the mill's coming forward, it's walking uphill. And when we go back, you know, we always go back faster than we come forward. The wire will actually be riding downhill a little bit, and it won't have to, hopefully won't have to wait on the mill to pull on it. It'll just naturally head that way. Now we're not putting a lot of fall, just a little bit, but that's what we're discussing right this second. That puts us right here. What's the center of that? That's 30.
Sorry, and we'll pull it back out the wall.
through. Now, this is our eye bolt. We're going to anchor into the wall over here.
Put your washer in there with that.
I will. Let's get the nut back far enough. Good gracious. I don't know why they always got to put their UPC on the threads. They could put it up here on the barrel. It wouldn't be near as aggravating. Too much to ask for, right? There we go. Okay. There's our turnbuckle, securely mounted. Oh. Went ahead and drill through so I can have a good idea where it's going. There we go. Somewhere for that.
Oh, that's a Phillips head.
Now, all we gotta do is get that put back up in the hole.
Down on your end. There you go. That's pretty good right there.
Got that. Now we're going to securely mount it to the boards, and then we're going to drill through the steel tubing. Okay guys, that is firmly attached. Now we're going to put 2 bolts. There's a post here and there's a post here. So we're going to put 2 bolts all the way through the outside, and then I think we can really pull on it. So hang on, we're going to find out.
Side of it.
Yep, this is going to do the same thing. Okay guys, never give up. If you don't have the right tool, make one. I welded a Allen key to a drill bit because we needed about 5.5 inches, and that 1/2 inch bit just wasn't going to drill through all that mess. So don't be afraid to try something. So We got the 3/8 hole through there. If we get the 1/2 inch hole through, we're ready to put some bolts in.
Just trying to break my wrist today with this thing.
Low gear, it's got some torque.
Yeah, there's a... There you go. Through it now. Good. Okay.
Give me just a second. I ain't getting nothing on it. Okay. Yep. Okay, top one. Good?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, let's start with the top one then.
Okay.
That's as far as it'll go. Bottom one.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, did that tighten up enough on the top one?
Still a little more.
I gotta cut it to do more.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys, we got our board firmly mounted as normal. It took a little more. It's a little more challenge than anticipated. Drilling through these metal tubes, they're tough, and then a lot of this on the top is double plated, makes it even more fun. But nothing we can't manage. We got it. Matthew's got our turnbuckle mounted on our cable. Get this other side mounted to our eye bolt, and we'll be done with this side of the project. Get to move the other end of the building and rinse and repeat. Safety nut back on there. And I like these turnbuckles. They had a safety nut, and then they also got a cotter pin. That way you're not depending on that nut to ever come loose. Only way the nut come off is if the cotter pin falls out. And I've never seen one just fall out if properly installed. There we go. Get my fingers on it. There you go. Now if you take a cotter pin and just spread both legs on it. It's not coming out. Now, we get the other side hung, we'll come back over here and we'll start tightening this turnbuckle to tension it up. So right now I want to leave it loose. That's full threads all the way around. That leaves us about 2 inches of pull here, 2 inches of pull here. So we get 4 inches of pull on this one, 4 on the other, and then I'm gonna have some length in the other eye bolt that we can pull through the other wall. So we should have upwards of 10 inches of tensioning capability. I hope it's enough. So let's get down from here and get everything reset on the other side, and we'll get it done.
Okay, so we got these rollers here for the cable. It has provisions where you can take that little C-clip off and put it on when the cable's up. It's so much easier if you put it on before the cable's up. There we go. Took about 10 seconds. That's a whole lot better than 30 minutes.
Against the wall. Whatever half ends up being there. I can't get it snugged over to the edges of the building enough. If I come in from the other way, I could probably get you closer
Yeah.
by a lot. I might do that when we get that cable.
Seems fairly level there.
Every little bit of help. If it ain't enough, we can move the light and we can drop it down a little bit. We'll see.
I was running into the conduit. See how easy this goes through. Yeah, I got a hold of it.
Pull it back to you, that's all you get. Right there.
That ain't a whole lot. But
Well, that's how much we get. Run this in through your turnbuckle and just start pulling down.
there you go.
Blue tape. This is right where the turnbuckle is, so we might can make it just a little shorter than that. Okay. You can pull that pin out and save you all that pulling back. Okay, what we did here, guys, we pulled our cable in and we marked the end of it where we want to put our turnbuckle, and we're going to go down, do this on the ground where it's a little easier, a little safer. And once we get this made up, put it back in there and try to get it tensioned, that should be end of the ball game. Okay, guys, we lowered everything down here to the ground where we could do this a little safer. You can't ever order the exact length cable, so they make it buildable. Yeah, if you roll that forward just about to there, or maybe a hair more, we can probably stretch it in there. Now, let me get a socket for these little things. Get these attached. We can either cut the cable off or we can leave it attached, see if we like it, and then cut it off. Might be the smartest thing.
Yeah.
So let me go find a socket for this deep well. I don't know if we got one that small over here or not.
don't think we got any that small.
Yeah, got one.
Oh wow, get lucky.
Got the impact over
Yeah, it's over here.
That is a 5/16, little bitty one. All thumbs today. Oh yeah, like that. Let's get another one on there before we cinch it down. I'm leaving it. We're not going to overload it. You know, we're only looking at hanging our wire off of this. You know, 100 pounds maybe. We just don't want it to sag when the wire's traveling back and forth. Make it easier to transit. This is rated for like zip line. Lord, I hope we ain't doing that much to it. We got a whole bunch of buckles. We can add one more if you think you need it.
That should be enough.
Okay. Who's that one? I'll run this one around the other side of the building. We're gonna go around, come in from the other side, get just a little bit better angle, getting us up where we need to work. So, give me just a second. You get your pen. You do all that. You may have to help pull just a little bit to get the pin to drop in when you're ready. Nope. Got any left? You got it?
I gotta hold the cable.
Can't see which way, this way screws out.
I wouldn't go much further than that because it's just...
There you go. Whew.
Now you can grab the rest of that stuff back up then.
Let's see. Looks like to hold this side. I wanted to get some threads on there before we went too far. Okay. That won't. Right in the way. I'm gonna have to hold that eyelet while you twist that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm glad we didn't make it a ½ inch shorter because it just barely fit. It's steel cable, there ain't no stretch in it. So let me have a wrench right there, or a bar, yeah. Find your right wrench to fit that turnbuckle. Probably a 9/16. Yeah.
Roll it around just a little bit. There we go.
How are we looking out here? Oh, it's already looking better. Try to get full threads on this. Maybe go back to the other side. Oh, come on. Piece of conduit. Out the blooming way.
Never fails.
Always.
That should be good for over here, and we'll go to the other side and tighten it up some.
Yeah, and then the last thing we tighten that up a little bit too. I'm happy with that, guys. Other than our little rollers they're weighted on the bottom. They won't stay turned over until we get the wire hanging on, but they're gonna roll like a dream. Yeah. Yeah. Just leave these where they're at.
Just turn it up so it won't
Need a
move.
half inch. I don't think we're gonna need much more.
You're gonna need the 9/16 as well.
Oh, you hold it. Burst it. Okay. Let's see.
Should be going the same orientation.
Okay. I like it. That's right where we wanted it to.
Hang on.
We were shooting for being right there. That's perfect. We can go ahead and cut our excess cable off. It's got pretty good tension and we haven't even tightened that side up yet. Yeah, they got to have a little counterweight on the bottom to hold them in place, but with that little roller bearing in there, they ought to roll easily. So we got 8 of them. I hope that's enough. If it ain't, we'll buy some more. So let's cut this off, go tension that side, and we can stamp a big D on this job.
Yeah.
I like it.
Let's put the.
Okay guys, the last step, we're over in the motor planer room. This is where our eye bolt come through. I'm gonna put some tension on it enough till I can double nut it, and then we should be done. You ready, Matthew? That's about half what I need. How's that feel on the cable? Okay. I can do a little more if you need it.
It should be good.
Okay. Let me get my wrench. Okay. You need it turned a little bit, you good? Okay. Whole purpose of that double nutting is to keep it from accidentally working loose. So that should be the end of this project, guys. We'll crawl down and I'll get you a picture of the cable with the tension on it before Matthew gets out of the ceiling. So let me get out from here. I'll be right back. Okay, it's hard to see that little thin cable, but you can see the rollers Matthew's got in his hand. How much tension we got on it now up there?
If I felt brave enough, I could probably hang on it.
Yeah, I'm not going to though. Okay guys, let me set you down here just a second. I'd consider that a success. We can stamp a big D on this job done. Like I say, this is step one in getting our new LT70 electric in here. We got the cable up. Mr. Wayne's gonna, once he gets the wire, he's got to put a breaker in our 3-phase panel. And I could do this kind of work, but getting that breaker and appropriate size and wire is why I hired an electrician. He had some good ideas. We'll cover what his ideas were and how they're going to help us. But he's basically got to come out of that panel with a 100-amp service. Up where Matthew's at, we'll have a junction box, and we'll transition from, you know, hard copper wire to the soft copper twist that's going to travel back and forth. That's going to do it for today. You got anything to add, Matthew? It wasn't that bad. 2.5 hours. You know, that's not, if we hadn't had so much trouble drilling them holes, we'd have been done quite a while ago. But that's part of doing things for yourself, guys, DIY. If you can't, you know, hit a problem, you just got to figure it out, make it happen. But as always, we appreciate you watching. Big shout out to Matthew and Solomon from Third Beard Fishing doing all our videos. Couldn't do it without them, guys. Big shout out to Wood Mizer and all their associates, their local dealer, as well as Joe Maine, Stacy Thompson we deal with. They're great people. They're here to help you. If you're looking at my videos, trying to think about a Wood Mizer or some other brand, I highly recommend Wood Mizer. They stand behind their stuff. They're good customer service. they're there when you need them. Okay, guys, welcome back. Unfortunately, the GoPro died in our outro of the video you was watching, so Matthew had me kind of re-record the end of it. We were working on our cable. It's up. Here's a little teaser video. We got our LT70 sitting here. Yes, I know it's pointing the wrong way, but that cable we hung up, we're getting ready to put the wire up. So come back for the next video. It may be a couple weeks, but we got it. The wire's going up, and as soon as that's kind of plugged together, we'll twist our mill around here and make her hot. Also, stay tuned for the man, the myth, the legend, Joe Maine. He was here, had a little talk with him. He didn't get to say much. He was feeling poorly, but we did get him on camera. Big shout out to Matthew and Solomon doing our videos. Greatly appreciated. Don't forget to check out Solomon's channel, Third Beard Fishing, as well as 525 Designs. If you need any kind of logos done, they can help you out. That's going to do it for today, guys. We appreciate you watching. We've had tons and tons of new subscribers here lately. If that's you, we appreciate it, as well as we appreciate each and every one of you. That's going to do it. We'll see you back at the mill. Hey, guys. Got a big celebrity here with me today. I got Joe Maine from Wood Mizer. He's a little under the weather. This pollen's giving him a fit, so we're not going to bother him. But I did want to show you he does exist. He does pop up on camera, and I wanted to personally thank him for being an integral part of us purchasing our new LT70 electric. I talked to Joe Whitley the other day and asked him specifically, you know, why I can't find any information on this particular mill on Wood Mizer website. He said, well, it's the same reason you can't find information on a 25 or 4500. These are industrial mills. They require a whole different set of values in your manufacturing process, and you need to talk to a professional like Joe Maine, Stacy Thompson, or one of your local dealers will get you in touch with some of these professionals, because purchasing this mill is not a 35, 40, 50 mobile mill. It requires, you know, a whole different setup, 3-phase power, and they just don't want you to make the mistake of buying something that won't fit your application. So, thanks, Joe. Like I say, big shout out to Joe Maine, Stacy Thompson. I can't remember his title. He's regional sales, national sales?
Industrial sales.
Yeah, Stacy Thompson out of Georgia, over Wood Mizer Industrial Sales. Joe's a big asset to our mill with our blades, our sharpeners, our setters. He was integral in getting this deal put together with Wood Mizer, helping us out, getting us the information we need to get us in touch with Stacy. I've had numerous calls with Stacy, Indianapolis, Joe Maine, or Joe Whitley over at Carolinas. It takes time to make this stuff happen, and to me, it happened pretty quick. You know, it's about a week and a half, you know. But I was fortunate they had a mill sitting there that was not going to get sold, and it was exactly what I wanted to order, and it just took me getting my ducks in a row and financing and everything else and going and getting it. It's sitting over here in our building. Electricity's coming today. Hopefully within a week we'll have it up and running, and you can see an experienced sawer sawing slowly. That thing looks like Space Command with joysticks and multiple functions. It's going to take me a little time to get acclimated. Probably get some phone calls to Joe. What does this do? Help. But like I say, I appreciate Joe showing up. Sorry he's under the weather. We've all had this pollen crap, but he is alive. He'll be glad to help you. This is why we all the time advertise for Joe Maine and Wood Mizer. They're excellent people, excellent corporation. It's tremendous customer support. I couldn't tell you the emails I've gotten from Wood Mizer since I bought this mill. It's been like every day, you know, an update, your order, your process, are you happy, this, that, and the other. Everybody I've spoken to has been excellent customer service. Trust me, I've been on the other end of that. It's not always that way with other companies. So, great brand, can't say enough about them. And big shout out to Joe. Thanks, guys. We'll get back to sawing.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.